Hi, I'm Elizabeth Hancock with Beyond You Coaching. We are all on a spiritual journey of continuing evolution and self-awareness, whether we are aware of it or not. We can think of our individual journey as a solitary path that has many highs, lows, and plateaus. Though each of us relish the momentary highs in life, it is oftentimes the lows and even the plateaus that offer us the greatest spiritual potential for transformation. Today I'd like to discuss these lows, understand how they affect us, and learn ways that we can hasten the process of healing and integration so we can evolve faster in this short and brief life. First of all, it's important to understand the nature of the spiritual process, because many people seem to think that if you're spiritual, it automatically means that you are serene, calm, and at ease all the time. This depiction comes from the various enlightened teachers, masters, and avatars that have graced humankind over thousands of years. We aspire to be as compassionate as Jesus, as calm as the Buddha, or as playful as Krishna. These beings are the embodiment of the highest potential for humankind. Yet the spiritual path isn't always compassionate, calm, or loving. On the contrary, it is often full of hardship, thorns, entanglements, and great suffering. Why so much suffering? Because the spiritual path is about dissolution. The dissolution of what you think is you and gradually realizing what your ultimate truth is. What you think is you is your personality, your past, your history, your likes and dislikes. What you think is you is your job, your family, your nationality, or your cultural background. What you think is you is your gender, your politics, and even your spiritual insights and beliefs. But none of these things are the real you. The real you is something far greater, beyond whatever you could possibly think of for yourself. So being spiritual is not about what you believe or what you do, but rather slowly realizing what you already are. A helpful analogy is understanding that the sun is always shining, but there are days in which we cannot see the sun because of clouds. These clouds represent the layers by which we each cover ourselves from knowing our true nature. We are always shining, we just don't see it and realize it. Each spiritual path has its traditions, rituals, and belief systems that help an aspirant move forward. Religions and belief systems can be seen and used as conceptual support towards understanding our true nature. As we embark on the spiritual path, no matter what tradition you choose, whether that's Christianity, Buddhism, Hinduism, or New Age, there will be inevitable times of falling or feeling great desperation, fear, and a sense of feeling entirely alone. These moments of depression and angst are traditionally recognized as a dark night of the soul. This sort of deep spiritual depression happens when you are shedding aspects of yourself that no longer fit into your paradigm of reality. The dark night of the soul is a spiritual reckoning period in which we are moving from one level of consciousness to another. In a way, it is a state of deep mourning, as you realize through greater self-awareness that life will never again be the same. It is a sign of progress and integration. The most important thing to remember is that the dark night of the soul is a temporary occurrence. It lasts as long as you are willing to feel it. Everyone has their own tolerance level for suffering. Some stay in this place for days, weeks, months, or even years. The good thing about knowing about this phenomenon is that when it does occur, you now know what it is and what it means. Though it is painful, it is necessary to break old paradigms of reality. I'm reminded of Carl Jung when he said, "There is no coming to consciousness without pain." The good news is that when this period of mourning is complete, there is always light at the end of the tunnel. When you emerge on the other end, you will no longer be the same. This is the process of dissolution of the ego, moving from one state of consciousness to another. We can say that spirituality is all about bringing light to darkness, to bringing awareness to ignorance, to bringing clarity to confusion. When you are courageous enough to desire to discover your essential truth, it is inevitable that everything that is false must be shed. This shedding is the process of releasing old rules, programs, belief systems, and paradigms of reality. It is an inevitable part of the awakening process. As we continue to shed more and more of what is not us, as we dissolve the ego and clear away the clouds, we come to truly see that what we once thought of as me was actually one big lie. The lie, and coming to terms with it, is the painful part, because the ego wants you to identify with your past, with your memories, with your responsibilities, and your likes and dislikes. Your ego wants to make others wrong because it wants you to keep on fighting. But you are fighting with ghosts. They are not real and never were. Your ego says that you will not exist if you no longer have these things to fight with. And so the greatest obstacle to enlightenment is the identification you have with what you call as you. So what are some ways that we can learn to see what is real versus not real? How can we get past the dark night of the soul and continue growing in conscious awareness? Traditionally, there are 4 paths towards realization. These are knowledge, service, devotion, and meditation. In yoga, we call these Jnana, Karma, Bhakti, and Raja Yoga. Depending on your karma and programming, one path may feel more comfortable to you than another. Each path fits different belief systems and religions. For those that enjoy learning through wisdom and knowledge, you can check out my video on mentors in the description box below. In that video, I provide recommendations and suggestions for spiritual texts that have inspired me throughout my spiritual journey. However, for those of you that are looking for a daily way to integrate spiritual knowledge and truths into your life, I can recommend reading and studying A Course in Miracles. This is a year-long course where you are instructed to read a profound truth and spiritual insight every day. The advantage is that you are meditating and contemplating these lessons daily, which helps you to stay focused and motivated. After 365 days of continuous spiritual contemplation, you will have profoundly altered your level of consciousness and overall way of being. I recommend it for those of you that enjoy reading, contemplating, and meditating on universal truths. However, if you are more of an action-oriented person, you may wish to involve yourself in service work. Depending on your proclivities and interest level, you may choose a charity or organization that fits your desire to make a contribution or difference. If your service work is done with the intention to be of help and support, without personal gain or strengthening of the ego, then service work can be a great transformational aid in your journey towards enlightenment. A third ancient path towards enlightenment is through devotion. Devotion can be to a master, guru, deity, or other form that you deeply resonate with. It can be to a concept such as God or light, or simply as simple as a tree. Your form of devotion is highly personal, and there is no right or wrong. If you are a very emotional person and find it easy to devote yourself to a form of spiritual grace, then this path can be very beneficial and supportive for you. Finally, as a meditation teacher and practitioner, I strongly encourage and highly recommend adding daily meditation to your lifestyle. To learn more about meditation for beginners and how to get started, I've listed a couple links below to help you get established in your practice. Ultimately, each person will be drawn to different spiritual paths depending on their unique energies and states of mind. As each individual is unique, we will all have very different experiences as we embark on our journey of self-discovery and self-realization. If you do encounter difficult times of depression or experience the dark night of the soul, just know that this too is all part of the process. Allow these feelings to come up and know that they will in time dissipate as you adjust to a new paradigm of reality and state of conscious awareness. Take note of the 4 spiritual paths and use them to help guide and support you on your inner journey. Now, I'd love to know if you learned anything new or if you have already experienced this dark night of the soul. Please share your thoughts with me in the comments below. If you liked this video, please hit the like button and share it. And if you're new here and are interested in learning more about the mind, personal growth, and higher awareness, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching.